I told you so again. Yesterday, Kamala and Congress certified that Trump is the president. This is just the latest in a string of accurate predictions by me. First, there were all these channels that push politics, telling you that there would not be an election, which I called out as bull crap. That was like almost a year ago. I called it out then and constantly reminded people that I predicted that there definitely would be an election. I also predicted Trump would be president over a year ago. Now, some people will say I am bragging, which is true, but for a reason. But you know who you will not hear any bragging from? You will not hear any bragging from the channels that push politics. Who got this all wrong? Yeah, they are definitely not bragging. In fact, they suddenly got quiet about the whole thing. Imagine that. And by the way, a lot of these channels brag about how they supposedly have insider information. All I know is that they're supposed insider sources got it all wrong. What gets me is that these channels are misleading people for their own ego gratification. Now, I guess that normally ego gratification would not be the end of the world, but this actually is the end of the world. So it is far beyond irresponsible to push the deception of politics, right at a time when people need to be putting their faith in Jesus Christ. It just isn't right. Anyway, I called it out then and constantly reminded people for months that I predicted that there definitely would be an election. And as usual, I was right, and they were wrong. And now the election has been certified. So no wonder that all these channels got quiet about this. Yeah, they're not bragging about being wrong. But before that, I was the first channel on YouTube that I am aware of that told you the assassination attempt in Butler was fake. But some people still think Trump's ears have magical powers. Anyway, then there were all these people who said things like they would bring on martial law so Trump would not be president, or Kamala would usurp power. I told you that was bull crap back then. And I am telling you once again that any channels that are still pushing politics are either lying to you for numbers or are ignorant of the actual truth. I told you so at each point along the way, where other people tried to impress you with their inside information. I simply looked at what the goals of the New World Empire were, and I told you the truth. But if you want to keep trusting people who constantly feed you false information, that is your business. I just prefer to listen to people who are not repeatedly wrong about everything all the time. But that is just me. And even now, there are still people predicting that Trump will not be inaugurated on January the 20th. But once again, I am predicting that Trump will definitely be inaugurated. I think it is funny that channels who claim to have insider truth proclaimed that the so-called deep state didn't want Trump in office. I mean, how gullible are you people anyway? I mean, seriously, people, get a clue. But I predict that you will eventually learn that Trump is not the person you think he is. And when that day comes, just remember one thing. I told you so.